Hi everyone, it's Wednesday night, the 5th of August, day 218 of Living the Dream, and here's my power statement I had for today. I'll continue to record the Zoom videos I've listed on my Zoom video recording to-do list, as well as do a recording on the progress I've made on my website publisher pages that I want Fahad to start building out for my website, starting with the home page and then each page at a time, one at a time. Well, today I got all of those Zoom videos recorded and they're saved up on my YouTube channel. So, bam, done. Now, I should show you, here's the list of the videos I'm working through. So exciting. So the first one was a Zoom video recording of how I set up the two forms I built out in Constant Contact, and I shared some of the issues I had and how Constant Contact support team helped me learn a few of the newest features that made it so slick and so fun, and that helped me a lot. They're now up on my YouTube channel, like I said. The next Zoom video I did today was one where I talked about the list of tools and apps that I've discovered as I've watched several YouTube tutorials, and those folks telling us how I use this and what I use that, and here's this URL. I've captured all those, and I got a list I'm going to go through that I went through and did that video. So they're great. Anyway, here's my to-do list that I have for today right here. And it's the number one task, my fun task, my exciting task, the accounts, make sure that things are going there in the banks, my email, bam, done. My number one task today, it was the important task, was to do that Zoom video recording of how I set up the two forms in Constant Contact. My fun task was to record a Zoom video on the list of those tools and apps that I talked about. And my exciting task was to keep on building out those web pages through Publisher and sending those off to Fahad. Because I made the decision to launch my YouTube ad first so I could see how it did in getting my 10 focus group participants, and because I still had a couple of issues with the form that's tied to that particular ad in the website, my website homepage. I'm still trying to get a few things worked out so that it works right and they don't flub and I waste my money. So that's what I'm doing. Anyway, let me go through my normal end of the day success routine questions. Croy Sather says, get honest with yourself, Marty. What didn't go well today? Or what could you have done better today? Did you wake up early and start strong? Check. Did you start your morning with power? Check. Were you productive throughout your day, and did you get the most important things done? Check, check, check. I just went through those. Did you move your goals forward, pieces into the port of my mind that I've attracted, worked on them, and moved them through that into the world of the physical? Moving them forward, absolutely. Did you show up as the person you wanted to today? Yes, it did. What about your personal time with Kathleen? Were you present for her? It was a great day today, Wednesday night, always a great night. Watched some things together, relaxed, and enjoyed a meal. It was great. In summary of these get honest with yourself questions, I asked myself, were you honest with yourself about today's tasks in particular, Marty? Did you keep your commitments and promises that you made to yourself this morning? Well, this morning I promised myself that I would get these 3 top tasks done on my to-do list. Check. And then try to get as many of the newest back burner tasks done that have been accumulating over the last several days while I've been working on these things. And that's exactly what I focused on today by the end of the day. So yes, I kept my promises and I finished everything that I set out to do today. The next question is, what movies did you watch during your mindfulness time today, Marty? Did you make time for them? And were there any new movies that your two amigos called up onto the screen of your mind today? In other words, did you make some more new movies, and what were they about? Well, besides my must-see TV favorite 5, I found myself seeing these 2 new Zoom videos all recorded in my mind as though they were already done. And I saw them up on my YouTube channel so that they were ready to go for when beginner entrepreneurs were clicking on them and seeing and watching and learning and getting direction on the things that they needed to get figured out. It was so motivating to me to get after it and get them recorded and finished. So bam, done. My next question I ask myself every night is, what one thing would make all the difference going forward? Another way to say this is, what's the one thing you'd want to get done tomorrow? Even if the day goes sideways on you getting it done, you'd still feel like a success and accomplish something great doing it. What would that one thing be? And once you decide on what that one thing is, turn it into a power statement for tomorrow so that you start your day strong. That's called setting the table. Well, I think the one thing that would make all the difference for me going forward with my goals is to keep doing these Zoom good to know video tips, and then to stay after getting all the website pages designed in my publisher program so I can do Zoom recordings for each page and send it to Fahad on each page so that he can stay on it as he builds out my website. I put these 2 desires into following my power statement, which said this: I'll set up a file folder in my documents folder on my laptop titled Good to Know Video Tips and Success Mentality Quote Tips, so I can prepare and then email out my Good to Know Monday tips each week, that email I talked about. By taking this approach to doing my Zoom Good to Know videos and my daily success quotes like I do for my video journal, I will have a continuous flow of positive, success-oriented content to give my beginner entrepreneur clients that they can watch and read, which I hope will be real value to them because it uplifts them at the beginning of every week on a Monday. It's a great way to set the table for the entire week for success. It's important. Next, I want to answer my question that I came up with, and that was, were there any mistakes or failures I had today or that I made today that I can turn into tools of success going forward? Well, because I was able to secure a coach for my Facebook advertising needs and an inexpensive helper for helping me with my website, Fahad, I have been pretty excited about all that. I haven't made very many mistakes due to their help. So no, I can't think of any failure that I can turn into a tool of success other than get those coaches yourself. The next question is, what was your biggest success today, Marty? In other words, what did you do well today? Well, I think my biggest success I had today was the fact that I'm getting a lot better in planning out and then doing my Zoom videos. Doing these videos in Zoom is also helping me become quite familiar with the tool and how to use it, which is going to come in handy once I start using it with my focus group folks and ultimately my beginner entrepreneur clients. It's so great for my call-in Q&A webinar calls and my live coach calls. The next step in my end of the day success routine is to rate my day's effort. And so I gave today an 8. I gave it an 8 because I not only worked at the speed of 8, and that was because I am learning how to use Zoom and some of these programs, and so I'm a little bit more cautious and I've slowed myself down, so I'm taking time so that I don't make those mistakes and fail. I'm learning a lot in the process though, so bam, done. Okay, I want to end the day strong. Here's what I'm grateful for today. I'm grateful for the principle that says these are the elements of the failure mechanism that sabotage us. F, frustration. A, aggressiveness. I, insecurity. L, loneliness. U, uncertainty. And R, resentment. And lastly, E, emptiness. F-A-I-L-U-R. These are the enemy. Its weapons of destructiveness are horrifying. Let us consider them one at a time so that we can penetrate through their camouflage to get to their effect on ourselves and on us as human beings. We've got to stop it. These are the elements of the failure mechanism. These are the enemy. So how will you determine to win the war against them? Here's how. You must fire all your emotional artillery at your false beliefs about yourself until you have leveled them to the ground. You must redirect your frustrated aggression and resentment and find ways to surmount your feelings of loneliness and emptiness. You have to win this battle. The key is to control your CT-FAR model of right thinking. Get it down. The next thing I'm grateful for, the law of self-love. Now that you've examined your negative beliefs about yourself and are in the process of reducing them to reasonable proportions, let's discard them entirely. That is an act of self-love. Next, take the next step and repicture a success, an instant pre-play of it. It must be one that you are really proud of. Now fill your mind with it, smell it, feel it, grab a hold of this success picture movie and hold it in your mind over and over and over again, going to the movies. Then when the critical thoughts come to counterattack you, like hordes of goblins or orcs in the Hobbit movies, you see them crawling on the walls, coming down by the thousands, kick them out and fight back with a good self-image in Technicolor. To live creatively, you must win this war in your mind. Don't give up. Keep fighting, and chances are you will win. Say to yourself, I shall concentrate on the confidence of my past successes, not on my past failures. I deserve the good things in life. I am the captain of my ship, and I shall steer my mind to a productive goal. Bam, done. Once you speak this way, you will soon find yourself firmly planted on the path of living the dream. So great. Next, I'm grateful for Albert Ellis, who said, the best years of your life are the ones in which you decide your problems are your own. You do not blame them on your mother. the ecology or the president. You realize that you control your own destiny, period. Another day on a journey to business alignment has just gone under the bridge, never to return again. It's gone. Gone. So ends another day of living the dream. Gone. But I got tomorrow and every day thereafter it. So I'm going to close tonight off by saying I'll be back here tomorrow night at my computer sharing another day in the life of Coach B. So good night, and I wish you continued success. Good night.